So welcome back, ladies and gents, to the RaidCall EMS 1 Full Cup number 3. We are in the other semi-final. It'll be Refuse up against Team ENCE. Now these two, it's not normally who we'll be seeing at this point as well. They're a little bit of a surprise overall. How are you doing over there? You look happy. You look cheerful. That's what we like to see. You're happy, Jason. But yes.
It's always a good time when I'm casting with you, Pansy.
It's the only time you've ever casted with me. So, well, at least he's enjoying it. But yes, we do have two rather unusual people into the semi-finals this time, both truly deserving, of getting here. They fought hard. They fought through the bracket. They took down NIP, one of them. The other took out Western Wolves. It's certainly well deserving. And this is the first time I'm going to be seeing at least Team Refuse and ENCE going head-to-head. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to jump into the game. So do bear with me while loud noises are happening. And actually, for once, there isn't. I love that way. For once I expect loud noises, there's none. But do tell me your thoughts towards this, because you're fairly new to this season at the very least. sorry. He's been here the whole time. All right, but what are your thoughts towards seeing newer teams, especially coming through into tournaments like this and getting towards the semi-finals?
I think we touched on it a little bit earlier. Just the fact that seeing these new teams, seeing this new blood come in,
correct,
and be able to beat NIP, be able to beat Western Wolves, to beat the top teams in Europe, kind of really shows that CSGO is still really growing. These new teams are up and coming. They're showing the top teams that, hey, if you guys don't keep practicing, if you don't keep, playing well, then we're going to pass you up and finally be able to win these big tournaments that you see out there, as, DreamHack Bucharest, for an example. And, the one question to me, though, is always this. Can these teams consistently play like this? They can do really good one day, but can they continue to play like that throughout the next day, throughout weeks, months, and can they stay together as a team? Because that's what makes or breaks team, the ability to do that.
It's all about that consistency for me. It's all good and well being good on that one day where you have that hot game where everything works. Those tactics you've been working on for weeks finally slot into place, but then can you do it the next day? Can you do it a week after that? Can you keep innovating your own style of gameplay to always re-challenge? Because the one thing I learn is watching these top teams, they can immediately adapt. Whether it be a day later, a week later, they're always ready. They may lose badly, let's say on Mirage when that first came out. Like NIP struggled a little bit on it initially. Then a couple of games down the line, they're solid on it immediately. They put the work in, and that's the difference. I'm hoping these guys don't just have those cheesy strategies that might pay off every now and then, get them the way in, and then they can run off the back of it. I'm hoping that we keep seeing it time and time again, because these two certainly aren't new to CSGO as a whole, but certainly to this level in my eyes. So let's jump into the game and have a little look to see what's going down, because we're going to be going into the knife, I do believe. And because neither of us can do accents, apart from you being able to do an American one, right?
I'm quite good at it, yeah.
Okay, do you want to take this with the American accent?
I feel like letting you do it with an American accent. I've heard Paul's American accent. It was very racist.
Racist?
It was very racist.
How can it be racist?
You tell me. You're British.
Don't rope us in together, all right? Jeez.
Actually, where is Paul from, and where are you from originally?
He's like polar north and then polar south, basically. I'm just southern. I'm London. I'm the good, respectable
part. It's a very posh
part.
area.
I'm not that posh. It's like, it really goes downhill quite swiftly with me, as you may have noticed, Simba. So it never lasts well. But anyway, obviously the one thing to note about this, it will be on Train, and Train is one of the only maps, really bar Nuke, that has a strong bias. It's still 58% towards the CT side. So this knife to these guys can actually make a hell of a lot of difference. We saw the likes of ENCE, the Finns here, building that momentum against NIP, really coming back into it, and they were able to turn around rounds that they shouldn't have been able to on Inferno. And I can imagine them doing it on this. There's such a strong lineup as well. They've had, a lot of roster changes, from the original side that was kind of fielded towards DreamHack Summer, I think it was. There's been players coming and going. You've still got Sunny in there, Reviser and Alu. But it's about seeing who's there. And Natu and Zart. I'm trying to work out what's going on with that one, because last time it was Joel's that all eyes were towards, but who knows? Maybe I can get some confirmation during this of if it is going to be that. But anyway, we will be seeing the CT side being fielded by ENCE eSports, whereas Team Refuse will be on that T side. And these two, I don't know what to make of it. I find it very hard to call between them. By previous performance to take out NIP that early on, it should on paper go to ENCE. But then again, I'm still fairly new to them to my eyes, so I don't know where to put my faith in this. But I'm sure we can find out, because we will be going to that initial pistol. So why don't you take us into the first round here?
Great, fantastic. I will do that, Pansy. Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome, Jason Kaplan.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to go for a heavy rush onto enter into this B site, and right now, it looks like they should be able to take it for free. I mean, they're just all running together. We see a nice Molotov come down to really zone out that area as we're going to see the first kill come in for Refuse. The rest of ENCE are going to be rotating over. They get a second and a third. They've really just locked down this site just from the get-go, and this fast-paced action has caught ENCE off guard as even Emmy's going to pick up a kill right there, and a clean sweep. I mean, that couldn't have been cleaner for Refuse, unless maybe they didn't take any damage. But even that Molotov that we saw thrown from ENCE just didn't stop them. They just ran right through it.
Yeah, it was almost too little too late then, and the player by Train pushed up, had nothing to say about it, immediately fell. So very little resistance going out from the CT side at the moment. They got a little bit rushed there, maybe not expecting what was thrown at them. But then again, they did turn the pistol against an IP before on Inferno, but right now, Refuse are looking good for this. Nico already taking down Sunny, the real young member. I think he's even Bosnian. He's not even... Oh, my word, YNK. That was a lovely shot to Revisa. So, eliminating the players around that A site. Now going to have to force the CTs to get back in via a different route, because they are going to be engulfing it. It seems that Alu will be making his way through that CT spawn towards the trains, looking down. And that's got a glimpse there. Zart, Johnny, and 2. Not much connections. They have managed to take with Kassad, though, there. And look at, well, Range pushing right round. It's looking like it's going to be a clean sweep. Nicely played out. Bomb down and ticking. Refuse are not taking this lightly in any way, shape, or form. Yes, they were against Nico, but that execution was absolutely lovely. Already 2 variants of how to play this map from them. And both absolutely perfect.
And they're refusing to lose any rounds. Right after that.
Wow.
I know. I just had to get that one in there.
Wow.
I think you touched on it a little bit, but Nikolai, he's actually, if I'm not mistaken, he actually just turned 16 not that long ago.
Yeah.
So he's very young, very strong player, kind of like a star player for him so far. And I also have to put this one in. If I heard Red Eye correctly earlier, there's no Western European teams or players playing in this
Pretty
cup.
much. You're looking mostly, towards the east. Even the Finns are, they're in a pretty cold area, to say the least. And this is what we're seeing right here. Oh my lord, just ignore geography. Yeah. I'm going to buy you a map and focus on the game, because right now Sunny is in a world of trouble.
If you do that, I will learn the capital of one country every week. Let's make it easy for me. So we do see pretty much just another round going to Refuse, and
they haven't lost a player yet.
Exactly. I was just going to look at that. I was just going to mention that. They haven't lost anyone just yet. Grange coming up with 5 kills right there. Fantastic job by him. And right now, I mean, obviously, it's the gun rounds. I mean, it was eco rounds for ENCE 2 rounds in a row, and you're not really expecting them to win anything right there, but they got to come out big. First gun round for them, they have to win this.
Yeah, indeed. It's all or nothing now. They've got to make their stand. As much as a CT bias map, if you keep getting locked out of these sites, you're in trouble. Zart, lovely connection onto Kassad immediately. And now Zart goes for the follow-up shot. He does take down Nico as well. KG are the only one to reply at the moment for the tees. There's YNK, though, kicking into gear, but he's the last man standing. And this big presence from the CTs towards that outer bomb site has really paid off. And Revisa on the rotate round could be able to catch him, and he does. Very well played from ENCE eSports. You're seeing that strength now coming through and just completely manhandling them towards that A site then.
I wonder if that makes Refuse actually play more passive. Like, they've rushed every single round. They've been successful every single round until that last one, and they just shut them down. And it's a fantastic job by him. Zart actually picked up 3 kills, if I'm not mistaken, in that one too. So are they going to play a little bit more passive? Are they going to play a little bit more safe? And it looks like just from the mini-map that you can see they are. So they're going to be a little bit more hesitant here. They realize they can't just keep rushing into these sites. And it's going to be watching towards Alley. Going to be some nice smokes coming down. Actually, the bomb already down with not much damage traded across the board. But Sunny will pick up that first kill. Looks like they want to be able to hold on to this. Oh, Alu just missing that shot right there. He was able almost to pick him up. But Alu does end up getting him with that grenade, and Range actually gonna push up, gets 1. Will he be able to get a second, though? There are a couple of people right on the side. He does get a second, but Sunny responds with a kill on YNK. They're defusing the bomb. They're not defusing the bomb. They're actually getting pushed off of it, but Range 10180 pick up the kill, and then Kassad coming in getting another kill. Sunny 1v1 right here, 100 health apiece. He's defusing, 3 seconds left. Kassad, he doesn't even seem he's gonna be running over to the side, but he's not gonna stop him, and they get the defuse. ENCE with the... That wasn't even a good hold from them in the beginning, but turning that round around, get their second round of the map.
Do you know what? I was going to give them grief then. I was like, they had all their players, bar Revisa, on that A site, and then Sunny goes and does that. I can't say a word against it. Hell, you can't knock what KGR did, how they played individually then, but they just got completely outplayed by that defuse. That was awesome to see. So, we are seeing the scoreline currently still in favour to the T side. Those 3 rounds off the back of that pistol really come into favour. Look at Nico really pushed up onto this A side, piercing through out of pop, finding Sunny. Kassad doing the same down the straight out, and he's actually found Natu already. These guys are really working this A side. I always struggle when I try and do it, but these guys make it look so simple to find a comfortable route through. And now Zart in a world of trouble, actually trying to be a bit of a turret on that bomb side, does find Kassad. Alu follows up onto KGR, bring it into a 3v2 here. So YNK and EMI, the only two left alive, make it just YNK. Bomb is down by B. He's got one. Oh my word, he's got two. 1v1 now. Clock is against Zart. He's got a flash though. Can he put it to some good use? Yes, he can. Zart again stepping up when it mattered then and will get the defuse, I can imagine. But my word, I almost thought YNK had that then. Turreting around on the spot. That was absolutely unreal play. But we will be seeing the CT side bringing it all even 3-3 right now. Bear in mind, this is still a best of one. So this is what it comes down to. And if Refuse can keep, making these rounds expensive and really working them down the best way possible, maybe picking up a couple more on the T side, I wouldn't be too upset by it at all.
And you mentioned earlier about how quick a team can adapt, can really show how good they are. And I have to say, Refuse, they've adapted really quickly. You saw, with the use of smokes, Nikolai actually pushed up out from ladder room really quickly. And they knew where they were going to play. They like to be very aggressive all over that bomb side, and him and Kassad both were able to pick up some very early frags, but in the end it just wasn't enough, and we're going to see if they can keep adapting and stop ENCE from this 3-round streak. And we're seeing EMI just waiting by ladder room, expecting ENCE to be aggressive, but honestly they haven't really done that just yet. I mean, I don't know, you might be able to say differently where they're playing outer really aggressive by sitting on the site, but is that really aggression, or is that just kind of a standard spot to be?
I wouldn't say a 4-man stack by outer is necessarily that normal. They're trying to keep into account, in my personal opinion, what Refuse were doing. But I can imagine one of the players can easily rotate around. I think we're seeing it now. The likes of Alu maybe coming through. He is with that up. He's not so static towards that B side because it's been rarely hit bar that first round. So trying to keep into mind what Refuse were doing. But maybe the slow round could catch ENCE off guard unless they stay this fluid and really keeping eyes on where the nades coming where the flashes are landing. Yeah,
they've done such a good job of turning this aggression around on the Refuse, and will they be able to keep that one going? They're going to be pushing into Alley here. Do get a nice flash down, but we see, wow, not to pick up a nice kill, but does get respawned on by EMI, able to pick up a kill. Zart picks up a kill outside, but then Grange picks up another. This is kills going left and right, back and forth, but YNK on 4 health. I'm not really sure he can do too much here against that as he goes down. And that's 4 rounds straight for ENCE, and you talked about him, right before this game started, that they were so impressive yesterday. But you want to see if they can continue to be like that, and so far, they've done it in these 7 rounds.
Yeah, they definitely have. Natu finally got himself that kill. He needed to get off the bottom of that scoreboard, at least get one on there, so he didn't go James Bonding it. An incredible player. No one can say he isn't. Truly a genius within what he used to do. And it's nice to see if he can step up again within CSGO to the level he used to play at. But let's see what's in store right now, because look at this. They've gone for the Galils here on the T side, so not too flush for cash, but they're happy to invest into it. It seems as though they're going for that B bomb site. Bomb still with YNK, not fully dedicated yet, still keeping eyes on that ladder room. A couple of flashes making its way up the ramp towards the T's. Once again, they're taking their time though. They're not going to be pushing drastically here, just playing with it, making sure they're not overly investing. We are seeing Alu still there with that AWP. You can see the rest of ENCE are getting a little bit edgy. They're not too sure where the T's are coming from. Now EMI looking to line it up. Oh, Alu's pushed quite aggressive. He will see the... Oh, he's seen the knee at least there. He's taken YNK down to 16 HP. It's not going to look good. The flashes, the smokes are being put through now. The T-side are making their push. Nico received a good bit of damage dealt by a nade as Revices take him out, but EMI quickly replies, so they are getting themselves towards the B area, but will they get the bomb down? Yes, they have. Oh my word. Little to no contest there. Leaving it in a 4v4 off-plant situation. And at the moment, ENCE need to get back into this. Zart found YNK on the side. He was one already tagged up by that AWP shot. Gets a follow-up as well. 2 in the bag for him. Now just Kassad and KGR stand. KGR already knocked down. Sunny takes him out. Kassad in a 1v4. Surely no way in. And Alu will lock down ramp. And the defuse will come in for ENCE. And that was a big investment from the T side and got little out of it. They took down a Reviser and they got a bomb plant, but I'm not sure money-wise that... I don't know. They're going to be fine to buy again, but I think as though they could have got more out of it. Yeah, they're kind of losing that real penetration that they've had towards these sites.
Yeah, and I think that's just due to how ENCE has really been playing. You saw right there, YNK tried to push in, took an op to the knee, and he immediately stopped going in. He realized, I can't go into that site anymore. I'm too low on health, and they got the bomb down, yeah, but they only killed 1 person. They weren't able to pick up any more. They weren't able to really swarm that site. We are going to see a nice peek out there, trying to get him on top of that fence, but fortunately he takes some damage himself. And right now, Refuse, they really seem to be into a pause. But they really seem flustered. I mean, they've just been playing kind of wild, kind of a little bit crazy for some reason. And ENCE have been doing such a great job of really adjusting to how Refuse is playing, really trying to stop their pushes into these sites. And even if they do take the site, they're like, all right, well, we're not too worried. We can take it back from you. They've done it so many times.
The retakes have been absolutely awesome. If you watch it back, the CTs have been working on it clearly. They've been showing that they can really resist when it matters, which is the important thing to me. Just seeing the way they're playing there. And even individually, no one's going huge yet. Zart, I think, has been getting a lot of the openers towards the retakes. But then again, it's kind of across the board. It's not just one player going huge. It's not like just Dozier on that B site that we saw before. It's the collective. They're all working together. It's a really nice thing to see, actually. Considering it's from a team that I don't know too much about yet. Obviously, you can't deny who Natu is. You know some of these players already, but I haven't seen them in this lineup. So I'm certainly looking at what they're bringing, and right now it's fairly impressive. Yes, it's Train. Yes, it's CT biased, but they're doing it well. They're making it look clean. They're making it look comfortable, and that's the real kind of meat to it that Team Refuse haven't been able to get much in here. Are you okay over there?
I'm good.
You good? You good? He's good. But yeah, no, I can't take away from Team Refuse, though. They're 9 rounds in, and they have got 3. Now, that was just because of the pistol.
Right.
If they get a couple more, though, it won't be awful for them. They can certainly build off it. Train is a very CT kind of favoured map in that aspect, unless you're, NIP, who can just dominate on any side that they really feel like. But it's certainly a harder task to be on the T side. You need that pistol to get a little bit of backing to what you're doing. Personally, I find at least. So we are just going to wait on the player. I think it's on disconnected, so it shouldn't be a huge break here. It shouldn't be like our normal, like, oh, we'll be back in 5, guys. See you in half an hour. No, it should be a little bit quicker than that, and we shouldn't be manually counting scores, I hope, because I heard a fantastic rumor that there is actually an abacus that Joe used to use to count the scores in CSGO, well, CS in a nutshell. And I kind of want to see the original abacus that helped Joe count.
I have not heard this.
Oh.
Interesting.
But apparently it's a real thing.
One thing I wanted to touch on between these two teams is...
I really hate that phrase. It makes me laugh.
What?
You want to touch on?
Well, yeah. I mean, just a little bit, just a tip. But, one thing that's really confused me is, I don't know if you feel this as well, but
I'm not feeling anything about just the tip, Jason, but do carry on.
Where am I? I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah. So, is it me, or does it feel a little bit cheesy the way the teams are playing?
A bit cheesy. No, it's the strategies they're running with.
Well, Refuse, they've rushed the first 2 rounds that they won. Got into site, locked it down, picked up some early kills, and held on and got the bomb down. And then you look over at ENCE, 4-man stacking outside multiple times. Like, I don't know. To me, it may feel cheesy,
I think it's a natural counter.
Maybe it's just how it's adapted.
Yeah, it's like if you look at it from that aspect, every single comfortable round that Refuse picked up was because they stacked the site. They stacked the Ala bomb site, the A area, and they won it because it was so hard to break back into. Once they lock down all the angles, how can the CT side get back in there? They can't. So the only way they can counter it is to challenge immediately, and that's what we've been seeing. Down Ivy, I think it's the likes of Alu and Natu have been kind of exchanging between it. And as soon as they start challenging, they're challenging the mid connector and really starting to make sure that they're not getting that easy access through like Pop and every other area. They can start really denying them.
Pop? I'm sorry, I've never heard of Pop before.
Okay, ladder room.
Oh, okay. Why is it called Pop?
It's a long story. It's like, why'd you call it Goose on...
I don't use Goose.
Okay, you don't use Goose. I'm vegetarian.
That was pretty corny. But it does seem like the game is starting up again. Looks like the person that has...
Oh, damn. Get back in the game here, Jason. We are into round 9. This is what happens when this pauses, all right, guys? We kind of lose it a bit here. But as we said, we are in that 9th round right now. Currently, ENCE are up a good couple of rounds. They've been building off the back of that pistol. We've seen the early exchange. Take us through this.
Well, we see Emmy pick up the first kill on Azart. So they do take down that person that's really been causing all these entrance kills when they do try to retake the site. But we did see Refuse. They lost one themselves. There's the disconnect that we were looking at a little bit earlier. And can they push in and really kind of take the site back? We're going to see some smokes come out. We're going to see some flashes. They're already a little bit low on health. Alu does have that AWP down towards site. Actually, down towards middle. And, oh, poor guy. Katsat throws a smoke. It hits Emmy. It stops the smoke from going to stop middle from being seen by the AWP. And they kind of pay for that, unfortunately. But right now, we do have a kill going over to Grange. He does pick up Sunny. And it looks like the smoke actually did end up making it over towards middle anyways. And pushing up here. We saw some fantastic shots out of him a little bit earlier. Let's see, Notch right there picks up the kill on him, so he gets another one. It's a 2-on-2 situation. Bomb is going down right now, and we do see the shot miss out of Alu, unfortunately. And this is going to be really tough. Reviser coming up from the side. He's going to be able to pick up a kill here, it looks like. Does get one. Now we have Grange, last man standing, 53 health. Going to be spotted here. will actually be taken down by a Reviser. So a nice retake yet again coming out of ENCE, and just wow. I mean, their ability to retake the sites like this are just fantastic.
Yeah, they got the initial challenge done, they got a good exchange there, and then they nailed the retake. The Reviser play just kind of bring the attention towards Alu then with the AWP. Even though he missed the shot on the site, which was kind of vital, Reviser was able to push in and absolutely nailed it. So let's have a little check in with the scoreboard, see what's going down. KGR 12-6 right now for the T side, so he's stepping up. And Zart for the CT. So both doing quite well for themselves. And right now it's the end show, though. They've not really dropped around after that initial pistol. So, Emmy already on the receiving end of a fair bit of damage there. Look at Zart, though, straight into the site. He's really happy to play right on the point. But as you can see, Reviser pushed up. He will find Kassad here. Does take him down, but already the T's have infiltrated that B side. Follow-up shot to KGR. How the hell they didn't realize that this man will be challenging. And look at this read from Reviser. He knew there'd be another member. It's EMI making his way through. Denied by Reviser. Lovely play from him. And now Nico left in a world of trouble. 1v4. 1 minute on the board, but I don't think he's getting out of there alive. And Natto will pretty much put him out of his misery more than anything, and take that scoreline to 7-3. And it's starting to look a little bit worrying for Team Refuse. They're going to start struggling soon enough. Money not looking ideal. Yeah, we're seeing a couple of deagles coming through from them, so they're in trouble now. They need to at least get the kills in the bag. They need to really start building those, the money momentum behind them.
I think we saw right there how Refuse is really flustered. I mean, seeing Reviser in the top, gets a kill into a man in the back, and then you see the bomb going down where he's just watching him plant it and ends up getting another kill into him. It seems like the communication might have failed a little bit there.
It could have.
Obviously, I can't hear what they're saying, but that just seemed a little bit funky. But in the end, they do lose another round, 7 straight for ENCE. YNK already taking a bit of damage, and it seems like Refuse just doesn't really know where to hit anymore. I mean, every set they go into, if they are able to take it, they can't control it. They can't hold on to that, and it's got to give them a lot of credit. They're playing a fantastic game, as we see Natu pick up the kill onto YNK. Grange going to be pushing up. Gonna try to go for an entry kill, but taken down by Alu. This will be very hard to get the actual bomb down, as they just clean them up one by one, and a very easy round for ENCE right there. But then again, it was an eco round.
Yeah, simple and easy. Denied the bomb plant, denied any kills, making it hard work for the T side. So they're still building back up. They will easily have enough money to now buy into this one. But as you see, the scoreline is not looking too pretty. 8-3 now. Refuse is struggling a little bit. But then again, CT bias. Let's keep it in mind. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We are seeing a little bit of a split down towards 8. YNK going really aggressive with that AWP, hoping that KGR and Kassad now can come around. Natsu will be the immediate target, doesn't get taken down. YNK did receive the damage as well, 28 HP on him. And look at that Molotov immediately there, just to stop any entrance, stop any easy way through. Natsu can just dance around it and try and keep them at bay. Now, with only 1 minute and 15 on the board, T-side do need to start getting themselves towards the bomb site. And at the moment, it's not looking too easy. With Natu still on the prowl there, he's picking up KGR, the real key player for Refuse, so it's making it harder and harder here. And the CTs are getting more and more aggressive. Look at that, pushing straight back up. Alu doesn't land the shot, though, so still at the exchange here. 54 seconds on the board. They need to start getting this one rolling. YNK and Kassad still hoping for a pick towards one of these sites. The bomb hasn't decided where it's going either, so this is still very much a tentative round. So, Refuse pushing forward. Nico has found his way through, finding Sunny there. That is making A look viable at the moment, until Zard just did that, finding Kassad. YNK now needs to get him, but Natu holding that push straight through, finds him through the smoke, takes his head right off his shoulders. Zard comes in onto Nico, one man remains. EMI is fighting, but it's not going to be enough. Reviser is immediately there. They only lost 2 players, they handled the push. ENCE are showing their class right now, 9-3.
Very classy, yeah, 9-3, 9 straight rounds right now, and what's so weird is just the fact that Refuse, like, their response to not being able to either hold a site or get into a site is to try to go for a pick, but the way ENCE is playing, they're not giving them the opportunity to let that pick happen. They're playing, yeah, it's contradicting, but they're being conservative, being very safe, but still being aggressive at the same time, if that makes any sense at all.
Paradox is everywhere.
It's just really weird because they're pushed up and very aggressive as they try to go for a sneaky plant yet again, but that gets forwarded by Zart. And we see Alu does get the spot on EMI, picks up the kill through that smoke. It's not going to be working towards Ali, picks up one. Let's get 1 kill, actually 2 on the board now for Refuse. Grange down 11 health, does get taken down by Alu as YNK responds with an AWP shot himself on his art. And now we have a 2-on-2 here. Reviser, 100 health, Alu 100 health. Sani peek around the corner, gets domed by Alu right there. Revive's going to get behind YNK, picks up the kill, and a turnaround yet again. I mean, both these teams are just butting heads, but once the dust settles, it's ENCE coming out with the win.
Too true, too true. But okay, let's keep this in perspective here. Nuke is like a 58% bias towards CT. This, at the moment, is around 57, so you are going to be looking at that CT side with a massive lead. But I've got to say, Refuse's game plan of trying to get those cheeky plants has been completely worked out. Zart getting aggressive on the bomb site there was like an immediate adaptation. They're going to be trying to do it again. This time, though, KGR has managed to find Natu. Sunny, though, replying onto EMI. It's going a bit back and forward. And look at Alu coming in. Sunny again. They've worked it out. They have got their strat book ripped to shreds as YNK and Kasada are the only two standing here. And as much as I'd like to see them do something, they're in a little bit of a tough situation. Kasada, though, finding a Revicer. 1 minute and 13 on the board. If Alu doesn't land this shot, he could have had a hope, but, well, that's only got ripped away. And the scoreline is just running away from Team Refuse right now. I can only imagine they are just waiting to get onto that CT side. That's all they want at this point. Maybe a chance to turn this one around, because at the moment they are struggling to get anywhere. So, 11-3. Scoreboard-wise, it's certainly a picture right now for Zart, Revicer, and Alu, who've been doing real damage, but you can't take away from Sunny and Natu. They've been doing the dirty work that really makes a difference, but it may not get you the flashy top of the scoreboard kills.
But that's always the best one to look at. Whoever's on top, that's what you really care about. But yeah, you're definitely right. I mean, they're putting in the work. They're really setting up how this goes. They're really kind of covering the angles that they need to, and they're kind of taking a sacrifice for their team, as we see Natu pick up a kill right there. And he said something, Refuse. They're looking to get on that CT side, but I'm worried. If they do get on that with only 3 rounds on the board for them, if they lose that pistol round, that's basically game. Alu does pick up a nice kill on EMI, as we see Revice. A little cheeky spot right there, picks up a kill. And Grange, last one left yet again. 6 HP. Honestly, there's really no getting out of this one. I would probably take my shirt off right now if he's able to pick this one up, and I said that because I was confident.
And you're not just into nudity.
No. No. But 12-3 scoreline for ENCE, and you have to tell us, how is this? I mean, you talked about ENCE, you really want to see how well they played, if they can keep that momentum going throughout day 1 to day 2, and so far they've been able to do it.
I still want to see what they do now on the other side. They've been handed the more favorable side. They won that knife. They got gifted that. So this is kind of the scoreline you want to be seeing. It's kind of reminiscent of Nuke. But then again, I want to see a little bit more from Team Refuse in that aspect. That was more the proving ground for Refuse in my eyes. Now it's time to see if ENCE can do it on the harder side. As you said, 1 pistol round and it could be almost game over. That's the difficulty here. That's how important these can be. So we will be getting the next half underway nice and quickly. You can see the countdown there just ticking away. And I don't know what to make of this. Right now, the game is in the hands of ENCE eSports. If they can pick up this pistol, you know it as well as I do, it can be a steam train running away from Team Refuse. But if they stop it, or if they turn it early, this can still very much be the Team Refuse's game.
And we've seen earlier, Refuse, they could get the site, they can plant the bomb, but they couldn't hold on to it. Can they retake sites here? That's what we're going to find out if we do see ENCE actually pick up a bomb plant anytime soon. But ENCE does pick up the first kill on the Nikolai. And they pick up another one. Bomb's going to be going down here, and Refuse, I mean, if you're going to have any hope of winning this game, obviously it's not completely gone if they do lose this round. They need to pick up some kills. They need to get at least a little bit of money off this. They do get 2 kills. And KGR, last man standing, looking towards Z. Not able to pick up a kill. It's going to be very hard for him to get into that site to defuse the bomb. He's just going to go down, and this is really unfortunate for Refuse. I mean, this should be 2 more easy rounds for ENCE. I'm not going to say they're guaranteed rounds because we've seen a lot of ecos turn, but it's not going to be easy for Refuse to do this, especially against, I would say, like the range, the dueling power that ENCE will have middle into that A site that Refuse obviously won't have.
Yeah, indeed. Wow, look at that. Holy hell. So, Alu's 15 kills. You can see the stats now coming to be right at the forefront. But look at this, Refuse in a good position to make a little bit of trouble for the ENCE side. And it's KGR getting 1. YNK actually does manage to fall to Revicer. Sunny, though, trying to do some work from afar. He's done just that, finding the face of Nico. Bomb down and ticking. This isn't a clean round, though. Bear that in mind. This can change. Maybe not. Alu finding Kasad there. And now EMI put to bed rather swiftly by Zart's nade. The early exchange made it look possible. You know, Sunny going down, Natu going down. I was like, oh, maybe. Maybe not. And you can see exactly what Refuse are thinking right now. They've had to go on that early investment. There's no 2 ways about it. You can't allow ENCE to get towards that match point. 15 rounds is almost game over. They need to turn the tides now. This is their proving ground.
see if they can do it. And that last round ends. What I really liked about them was the fact that they kind of sat back and just shot. And if they did die, they would have their guns away from the other team. But we do see YNK pick up the first kill. Going to be going around the corner for a second. But Zard does pick that one up, but Grange has his back and has 2 very early kills that Refuse has to get. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going, though. They need to get 3 more members to kind of hold on, because if this round's down, then they're going to have pretty much no money going into the final, or potentially final round of this game. So am I going to get potentially a spot? Oh, they're just right next to each other, but they're not peeking out far enough for them to see. And we do see Reviser get that first vision and the headshot, because there's no kit, or not kit, sorry, there's no armor, unfortunately, for him. And now we see KGR pick up a kill, so now it's a 2-on-3 here. Not to Reviser have the work cut out for him. We're going to see Kassad push up here. Will he be able to get a kill, though? He's going to push out and actually going to get that P90, pick up the kill onto him, so a little bit unfortunate for them. But we do see Nikolai on the side by Laterum, does pick up that kill on by Pop, I guess is the phrase you used a little bit earlier. And Reviser, 1v2 here. He's trying to hold on to this round. He knows if he picks this one up, it's pretty much a guaranteed spot in the finals here. KGR going to be coming from CT spawn here. Reviser with this M4, he's just looking for someone to peek, looking for an easy kill. We'll see Nikolai right there. Doesn't unfortunately get that kill onto him or any damage whatsoever. And he's kind of looking for something. He's looking for something to give here. He does have the bomb on him. He has 14 seconds left. Going to be going for the plant here. Actually going for a fake plant. Actually gets the kill to Nikolai. He's going to be turning around the corner. 8 seconds left to go. 1 HP on KGR. He's going to get the bomb down. Reviser, 15 HP. 1 bullet will win this game for either, or win this round for either team. Or potentially the game for ENCE. Reviser, he's just waiting it out. He's going to go for the spot onto him. He gets the kill. And that is the 15th round for ENCE. They have won 14 rounds straight. Oh, crap. 15 rounds straight. Okay, I'm good. 15 rounds straight. They only need 1 more to go into the finals.
Well, that was a task, wasn't it?
Math is hard. You know how hard it is.
Yeah, indeed. And I think we need to point out Reviser there did manage to get 4. That last 1v2 was a tough situation. He worked it the hell out, and now Refuse are in trouble. This is their last chance. They've been made to look like absolutely nothing at the moment. KGR's already down and out. He did manage to take down Reviser, but the damage is continuing. Sunny is making it look rather good for ENCE. Now EMI is left in a 1v4 with only a shotgun to hand. And Alu will be there to claim that one for the ENCE boys. The Finns have stepped up and they've got themselves into the finals. Not a bad way to get them there at all. That was a very quick game as well, I've got to say it. That was over in a matter of moments.
It almost looked too easy.
Yeah,
it really did.
They made it look damn easy, but it's certainly not. Obviously, Team Refuse, unlucky there. They really did work hard getting to this point, so congratulations to make it this far, but it's now time for the big boys in the grand finals.
You think about this, though. They got 50 points from that, I believe it was.
Well, that's very true.
Yeah. Wait, no. They still got points from it. They still got points from it. Let's just say that. Okay. And the thing is, with how low points, out of the top 9, I believe it is, there's still a very likely chance.
Difference. Yeah.
Like if they go into the next one or the next cup and get maybe 25 points, they could potentially have enough to get into the playoffs, and that would be huge for them. That
would be massive. So keeping that in mind, but also bear in mind that Astana Dragons are still new to this. They made it through to the finals. Keep in mind that, well, ENCE, this is the first time they've really been in this. They've also made it through to the finals. So these two have a lot to prove and a lot of points to be gained here. So they're going to be going absolutely hell for leather. There's going to be some really classic names in the mix as well. Seeing Natu in the lineup, seeing, Alu there as well. And I don't need to take you through the Astana Dragons lineup, guys at home. You know that one off by heart by now. But this is going to be a fantastic match of real CS giants going head-to-head here. So I'm super excited for this. And it will be a best of 3. So no more best of 1s. It's going all the way through. Thank you for tuning in so far, because it has been a little bit of a rocky road, I've got to say it. For your very first cast with me, you've been really pushed. Ice cream. Wow. He's already mentally falling apart, folks. So we're going to go to a quick break to make sure he's mentally able to be prepared for this incredible final that is just around the corner. And it will be the Astana Dragons facing off against ENCE eSports. So guys, do not go anywhere. No time for drinks, no time for snacks, because this one's going to be incredible. You want to stay glued to your screen. So guys, we'll be back in 5. I hope you will be as well.